Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's Dark Avenger Comic Book Review.
Part 2.
Overhaul of comic books this week. Hopefully we won't go into a part 3, but we just might. Uncanny X-Force 19, which is concluding one story and beginning another. We're concluding the Dark Angel saga with the aftermath, and then we're starting the next series, which we'll get into in a minute. Now remember guys, we just did Uncanny X-Force last week, number 18. So now we're in 19. And I'm thanking God so much. This cover art was so horrible. I was like, please God, tell me this isn't the internal artwork. And thank God it was not. So they're coming back after the whole Dark Angel saga. Angel has no memory of anything. He just knows he loves everybody and he's there to help everybody. Everybody from the Apocalypse world is going back except Kurt. Kurt decides he's going to stay behind because Dark Beast, Blob, and the Bobby Drake from the the Apocalypse universe are still on the main Marvel universe, so he's going to make them pay, and he's going to join X-Force. And Wolverine wants Jean to stay, but we all know she's not, so apparently she's not going to be Phoenix, or at least that Jean isn't going to be Phoenix. They come back to the school because now Regenesis has happened, and it turns out that the boy is not the original boy that they killed. He's a clone. Phantom X cloned him, and as an experiment wanted to see if he was raised, and this sounds, it is Superman. He was raised in Kansas. This is all under a computer program. This was a holographic world he lived in for the past couple of years, and Lord knows how that happened so quickly. But he was raised by two two farmers basically. And basically the father found out when the boy's powers developed at age 11, and secretly trained him to be super. If that isn't a pun towards Superman, I don't know what is. So basically, this was an experiment to prove that if he was raised the right way, even though he was born into this world to be an evil monster, he wants to prove not only to the boy, but he wants to see if he was raised the right way, if he could grow up to be a great superhero. And then Wolverine's like, why are you doing this? He's like, I need to prove this because I want to know for myself also. So in other words, he's looking to see if he was raised the right way, if he'd be the evil asshole that he was before, or if he would have been a good person. I don't know if he would have been a good, we don't know. So Phantom X is looking for redemption also. He's looking to turn good also. So he's like a bad anti-hero kind of person that's looking to be good now. However, in the end, the British, I don't even know who these people are. I'm sorry. Once again, guys, I'm still new to Marvel in a way. He's being put on trial by whoever these people are. It looks like the British, Captain British or Captain Britain. The Britain are Avengers, so to speak. I don't even know who the hell these people are. He's being put on trial for taking Elizabeth. I'm guessing that means Psylocke, unless it's somebody else. He's manipulating her, so to speak, and the next issue he's going to be on trial, and X-Force is going to have to save him. And this is going to be another 6-part story arc, so to speak.
Why are they involved?
I don't know. The artwork for this book was pretty okay. I want to see if I can give you guys a nice splash page. Maybe I can.
Yeah, the artwork does look...
The artwork's okay. That's Jean. I'll use this page.
Not that one.
This page.
Yeah, that one.
There's Angel and Psylocke. But yeah, the artwork was okay for this issue. Will it continue to the next issue? We'll never know. Beast and Wolverine have a talk out, and he's like, I'm honoring our agreement because Wolverine promised no secrets, unlike Cyclops. So Wolverine told him about X-Force. He's like, I'm furious about it, but I will honor our agreement, and at least you're being honest. So what are you going to do? You can't do this in the school. He's like, yes, we can. We're campus police, and that was kind of a funny line, but... in other words, Wolverine's saying the world needs X-Force, so we're sticking together, we're keeping the group together, and when the world needs us, we'll be there, and if the world doesn't need us, we're campus police, so to speak. So Wolverine's keeping X-Force alive and well. Really good. Sets up for the next story really well, and it concludes the other story without any questions asked. All loose ends tied up. really good. Check it out. X-Force is a really good X book. It's one of my favorite X books. Wolverine number 20. There is a treaty that's trying to go on between the Yakuza and the Hand, and we all know Kingpin runs the Hand. Only somebody doesn't want that treaty to go, according to... They want the war between the Yakuza and the Hand, so they're trying to initiate it. Wolverine gets caught in the middle. Turns out the Japanese government hired these people these women that Wolverine knows, and they're to protect the treaty, to make sure the treaty goes through, and make sure that the Japanese, the Yakuza get back on the plane and head back and get back to Japan and off American soil. They do that. However, certain ninjas are involved in the people who are trying not to cause peace between the Hand and the Yakuza. A lot of funny moments in between. You guys just have to read this to enjoy it. In the end, though, leading into Wolverine 300, somebody's back and has officially killed the man, spoiler alert there, from Japan. And it's Creed, also known as Sabretooth. So Sabretooth's back, and he's going to be making an appearance in Wolverine 300.
Wow, that's interesting.
So Sabretooth is back. That's basically, I guess, what the main point of this whole issue was, that Wolverine's back. Sabretooth is back. One problem with that, though, and I'll get into it right now, in Wolverine and the X-Men number 3.
Yeah, this guy.
Quentin Quire does play a pretty good role in this. It turns out this isn't why can't I never pronounce this guy's name? It starts with a K. I can never pronounce its name the right way. First, it starts with a flashback between Captain America and Wolverine saying, I have Quentin Quire, but I'm taking him with me, and Cap saying, you got a second chance at this, don't ruin it. And Quentin Quire's room gets broken into, and Abby, I forget this lizard guy's name, and this guy is Kid Gladiator. Oh, Bro with double O's. And Kid Gladiator end up, they're like, who are you? We don't know. He's like, I'm so famous. He's like, I'm going to destroy the world. Oh, shit, wait for me. Krakoa. Yeah, I was pronouncing it right, Krakoa. So he actually tries to talk to Krakoa and explain that, you know, it turns out that Kincaid was abusing this poor thing from the day it was born, and all it knows is hate and anger, and basically Quentin Quire relates with him, and in the end he's like, you know what, I'm sorry for what I did, I want to join the X-Men, I want to help you guys, I'm sorry, and basically Wolverine in this wonderful splash page, I've hated this artwork up to this point, this was a beautiful splash page, goes up to this boy, this Cade Kilgore, and not Kilgore, Cade... Kilgore, yeah, Cade Kilgore, and says, get off our campus or else we're going to, there's going to be trouble. They run away, and in the end though, Matt Murdock, not Daredevil, just Matt Murdock as a lawyer, serves Cade Kilgore papers. He's being sued by Wolverine for all the damages. So, yeah, he's pissed off. And it turns out the people from the board have no memory of what was going on, and they passed the school. Long story short. Nobody believes Quentin Quire was the reason why Krakoa came around, but in reality it was. And Krakoa now is basically part of the campus grounds, so he's basically a living... The grounds are basically more protected now because they're protected by Krakoa, who is the manipulator of the ground. And here's the part where I'm like, ... question mark. Cade Kilgore is talking to somebody, and he wants the X-Men, Wolverine's X-Men, to pay, not only in money or lives anyway. He wants them to suffer, and he wants them to... he wants a school in ruins, and he wants every last mutant there to grovel at their feet at him, on their knees. And this is what I don't get. He's doing this, and he's hiring somebody, and that somebody is Sabretooth.
Again.
Now wait a minute. I don't understand, wait. Sabretooth is working for somebody here, and apparently he's going to go after Wolverine, but he's working for Cade Kilgore here, and he's going to go after the X-Men.
Now wait, hold on. This is Regenesis.
So is this.
But that's just Wolverine.
Yeah, this is the first story arc, then this is going to go. This takes place after Genesis. This is in New York. So, Sabretooth's going to go after Wolverine here, but he's going after the X-Men here. I understand these stories aren't taking place at the same time, but they both kind of have the exact same ending in the last page.
With
Sabretooth's back here, and Sabretooth's back here. Sabretooth's going to go after Wolverine and Wolverine 300, but Sabretooth's going to go after Wolverine and the X-Men in issue 4, as far as I'm understanding. You reintroduced Sabretooth in 2 books. I think these 2 creative teams better get together. And, well, no, Aaron's on both of these. So,
maybe they just wanted to bring Sabretooth back.
well, they brought him back, and he was the ending to both books. I kind of felt bad because I read Wolverine first, so when I got to the end of Wolverine and the X-Men, I was like, oh, you're playing the Sabretooth's back card as the ending.
Yeah, but I'm
kind of ruined the ending for me for here, because it's like I just saw that in Wolverine.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's just putting the same villains in 2 books and just...
Yeah, it kind of killed it for me. No
But
offense,
maybe they're trying to bring Sabretooth back more, because you gotta realize, Chris, you know, he hasn't been in that many...
Sabretooth has been dead for a while.
Right, but now they're trying to bring him back into a more recognizable...
Yeah, but you don't do it in 2 Wolverine
books.
books.
I agree with you that they shouldn't be in 2 Wolverine books.
And differently. One is by Cade Kilgore, and one is by somebody we don't know yet.
I don't know why Marvel does that, but maybe it's just to make it
Both books are really good. Highly recommend, especially Wolverine and the X-Men. Screw Cyclops and Uncanny. This is really good. This is really good, and there's going to be a Wolverine and the X-Men in Astonishing X-Men. I might pick that up when it gets to Wolverine's side. Really good, guys. Check out Wolverine and the X-Men. Next issue, new artist and new everything. Final book of the week. These, even though it's Bendis, out of the 2 Avengers team, this is Avengers 20. I think Avengers is taking a little bit more of the initiative against the Dark Avengers. The Dark Avengers now formed. It was a hologram that Norman Osborn sent to cause trouble with the Avengers, and it does its work. He does his job before Red Hulk does his stomp of doom and the machine that's projecting him is destroyed. The Avengers split up into groups, going to all known locations where Norman Osborn is. Osborn, of course, is a step ahead, and each one of them is met with an Agent of Hammer with some type of special ability, whether it be Wasp, Giant Man, Hulk. One of the team members was handed a hulked out group of Hammer members. Then there was the Wasp. Oh, and then somebody hacked into Iron Man's armor, and Iron Man was out of control.
Yeah, that was kind of a little...
Yeah, to be continued.
Crazy.
So all the entire team, the entire teams that are split up are now met with a problem to be continued. Really good. This book kind of takes a little bit more initiative. New Avengers kind of were like they showed up after the day was saved by the Dark Avengers. So I have a feeling they're going to be getting the Dark Avengers are getting the upper hand on the New Avengers, whereas the Avengers are trying to find the Dark Avengers, and they're met with each split up teammates are being met with their own little problem. So really, the Dark Avengers are based in none of those places, but they knew the Avengers were going there, and now they're going to try to eliminate the Avengers. Really, really good. Really good. Still can't wait for Bendis to be off the book, but Avengers kind of has that one-up on New Avengers. I feel Avengers... I like Avengers a bit more than New Avengers this month.
Okay.
Into DC and their relaunch, but before we get into the relaunch, let me just mention that number 2 of 3, Superman the Kents. This is the next 4 issues. This is issue 5 to 8. Next part, next month, will be the conclusion of the Kents. Just wanted to throw that out there. Since I don't do any Superman books anymore, here you go. Okay, Green Lantern Corps. We find out that these guys were keepers of the lanterns before the Guardians cut them off because they were getting corrupt or something. And now every Green Lantern is responsible for his or her own lantern. John Stewart and a few choice other lanterns were left behind and are now prisoners, minus one who was killed. Prisoners of these people. I forgot what they're called. John Jones shows up, and it turns out, here we go.
He shows up?
Nobody knows about John Jones at all because he works for Stormwatch and nobody knows who he is, so that's one of the retcons in the Lantern series. Who are these people called?
I have to admit,
they're called the Keepers because they were the keepers of the lanterns, and they're looking for John Jones finds out that, spoiler alert here, their main goal is for the central power battery on Oa.
The artwork's great.
Artwork is beautiful. Let's see if I can find a good picture. And everybody's now coping with the fact that they got their butts handed to them in the last issue. So they're all dealing with their upsetness, so to speak. Did I use this picture? I'm trying to get a good picture of a guy going. I'll show this page, the last page, where they're all heading to Oa. Their goal is to take the main power battery, and that's where they leave you off. Definitely, this book is the lesser of the three books in my opinion. New Guardians is just a bit better than this because this story is good and all, but I don't know. I'm enjoying New Guardians just a bit more than this, but I'm still loving all three Green Lantern books. I would highly recommend all three of them, even though a lot of people don't like New Guardians. I would still recommend it. This is pretty good also. I don't know, I'm left wanting more, and I'm kind of annoyed at the fact that nobody knows who John Stewart is. John Jones isn't. John Stewart. Good. Nobody knows who John Jones is anymore. So, yeah, it's pretty upsetting, and but what can you do? You knew the relaunch was going to hit Green Lantern and Batman, which it did in Batman a bit, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
It's like causing them to forget everything.
They have forgotten everything, but this is really good, so now they're trying to figure out where these things are so they can save John Stewart and the others. But they're coming to them because they want their central power battery to be continued. Really good, but like I said, the lesser of the three. Before I get into this, I'm dropping this book, Catwoman #4.
Oh.
It bored the hell out of me. She's stealing money from these drug dealers so she can make money, but at the same time, the drug dealers have this superhero or metahuman that has powers, and it's kind of like to protect them, and she gets tossed up in the air, and
stay away.
I'm not interested. This was once again somebody else's book who's not here anymore. I've lost interest, so I 99.9% am sure it won't be around for issue 5. What will be around for issue 5 to see if it's a make or break it is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman #4, Hera shows up, and she's confronted by she confronts Wonder Woman's mother. I cannot remember her last name, or I can't pronounce it right at this moment. But anyway, she confronts her and she begs for forgiveness, basically. But she gives Hera an axe, and all the Amazons are willing to die. If she kills Wonder Woman's mother, they're going to attack her. And Hera knows that if they attack her, they're all dead. So she drops the axe anyway, Hera, and she's like, I wish I could forgive you, but I can't. And then we go back to Wonder Woman, who's with her sister, and the pregnant girl with her brother or sister. I believe it's a brother. And that part was kind of boring. She shows back up at Themyscira, looking to apologize to her mother. Spoiler alert, her mother's turned to stone, and all the Amazons are now snakes. To be continued. The only reason why I'm going to continue this is because I know she's probably going to have to go up against Medusa at some point, and that's going to be interesting to see. So I'm going to stick around for the next issue, but if the next issue leaves me like, I'm going to probably drop Wonder Woman too. But Wonder Woman is doing pretty good. I will be honest with you, and the artwork is second to none. Really nice. Also, let's see if we can get you a good piece of artwork. Trying to get a good piece of artwork, and that's pretty hard. I could give you guys the last page, but I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm not going to give you guys the last page. Sorry. Oh, hell.
Yeah, that one looks...
This one's
yeah,
workable. So the artwork's pretty good. I'm going to stick around for a bit. I'll stick around for a bit with this. So, check it out if you have the extra cash. Wonder Woman's doing pretty good. Stay away from Catwoman. it's boring to hell. It was good the first few issues, but it just took a downward spiral to the part.
No, it's just the whole thing of. Ugh, I don't even want to get into it.
Birds of Prey number 4. Starling knocks out Black Widow before the poem is completely uttered. This doctor creates a pill that deactivates whatever's in her bloodstream that causes the self-explosion thingy. And now they're going after these people, and we find out who they're called because they've done some research on it. Poison Ivy, using her vines, hacked into this guy's mind. Who are they called? They're called the Cleaners. And they're, don't laugh at this, but the head of the Cleaners is codenamed Choke.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it. I tried.
Batgirl shows up when they also got an address out of the guy's name through Poison Ivy. Batgirl shows up to help out. She's probably going to be she was said to have been part of the Birds of Prey from now on. They break in, they get surrounded, they're about to fight. This voice says, don't worry, you're not going to remember anything anyway, you're not going to fight either. They black out, they all wake up in some destroyed alleyway. I guess they were teleported or something and they don't remember being there. I'm kind of confused with this last page. But next month, one of the Birds of Prey is missing. I'm guessing it's Batgirl, since Batgirl is the only one that's not on this panel. I was very confused at the ending. So like, okay, they don't remember the address. They don't remember going to the place, or they don't remember anything at all. That's what confused me. But next month to be continued, so now they're going to probably have to save Batgirl. I don't know, I was a little confused at the whole ending situation. But I'll be back. I love Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey is going pretty well. Artwork is, as you saw, really great also. I'm just kind of confused about the whole thing. And yes, I'm running through a lot of these books because I don't want to go into a part 3 and I'm continually watching the time. Okay. Legion of Superheroes number 4. I was wrong. This is the conclusion of the first story. We find out how the Daxamite got off planet and was looking for revenge against the Legion. He'll be right back. Also, we find out, it says on the cover, it took a Legion to bring down the Renegade, so why is it up to Chemical Kid to completely stop him? It turns out Chemical Kid has a way of he shut him down basically. So he shut down the guy and he crashes and burns and that's that. While Changeling is still on the ship, the Dominator ship, and he's getting intel. It turns out the Dominators want to take them out of United Planet space where they'll basically destroy the Avengers. But no way. Somehow Chameleon Lad gets to the Legion. The Legion stops them before they leave, what do you call it, the treaty space. They know that they were using kryptonite. It turns out kryptonite was the part of the cure for the Daxamite, because if the Daxamite go off their planet, they get lead poisoning. Any kind of lead in the air kills them. So, and I see the batteries now flickering. Oh well. So anyway, Mono gives a threat to the Demonite, the Dominators. Tells them, get out of our space and don't come back unless you're invited or you have a a pass or whatever. They leave. The Dominites leave. Shady actually says it's good to have you back and acting like your old self. And Monel's like, you have no idea how long, Shady. No idea. So continuity sticking with Legion as well. Still very confused with the Legion of Superheroes. Like I said, they weren't my cup of tea for a lot of years. On the Daxamite world, though, we find out why. I told you about the kryptonite and everything. A lot happens in here. It's very confusing unless you've been reading Legion since way back in #1 before the relaunch. I'm still a bit lost. It was a good read. I'm going to continue buying this strictly for Monel. Once the stories get to the point where I can't even explain it to you guys, then probably going to drop it, because if I can't explain it to you guys, then that means I can't understand it at all either. It was really good though. I would say check it out. I missed a lot. I know I missed out on a lot of things here, but up to you guys. But I enjoyed it.